What's up, traders? Welcome back to another video. Euro-USD is making a series of lower lows and lower highs. We have a lot of bearishness in this market, and I am currently short on this particular pair. In today's video, what we're going to do is we're going to watch this trade, whether it's a winner or loser, to take a look at kind of what I'm seeing here with Euro-USD, why I'm short on this market, and how the trade actually unfolds. So make sure that you stay tuned to the end of the video. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if it is helpful to you, and let's dive into today's video on Euro-USD. So Euro-USD is making a move to the downside. We've seen a lot of bearishness on this pair. The overall trend is very bearish. I've got a stop loss here and I've got a sell trade open here on this particular move. Now what you can see is that I opened this sell very recently. So right here I actually took a sell trade. And I'm going to talk a little bit now about why I'm entered in the trade, as well as where I'm looking to get out of the trade, whether it's a winner or a loser. Am I going to trail my stop? Am I going to take profit at a set level? Am I going to take a stop loss at a certain level? We will see all of that in today's video. And what I'm going to say is that even if this trade shoots back to the upside and stops out, I'm going to say that this is a good trade because it meets my criteria. I'm very happy with it. And basically what this trade is it's a breakout trade, okay? More specifically, it's a breakout sell where we're looking to sell the break or sell the continuation on this move that we're currently seeing here on Euro-USD. If we back out for a moment, let's get things on the 1 hour chart. You might be able to see it a little bit cleaner here. You can see that basically we had this really significant low come into this market where price came down into this area, and look how clean and look how clear price decided to break off of this level. Price came down to this area, we saw significant support, and price rallied back towards the upside. We made a kind of double top pattern there before starting to head down, and now what we're seeing is a lot of momentum to the downside. Now I'm currently short on this market on a breakout of this significant level here. So previously markets came down to this area, rallied very strongly, but that's not what we saw when price nearly or most recently came down to this area. You can see price came down into this area. We did not bounce strongly. We actually failed. And I was watching this as well as people inside the VIP service that I offer. Myself and a couple other analysts are in there trading and sharing our ideas and analysis. If you guys are interested in following along with all of my trades, there is a link down below in the description for you to sign up to be a VIP member with our team, and all the details are there for you guys to sign up. But basically what we have here is I signaled out to people that I'm looking to get short on this market if price breaks through this recent structure low. We actually saw that happen very nicely. Price did break lower, and you can see actually I got into the trade on this move here. So we saw this wick come down, and I did not get filled here. I actually ended up getting filled here on the short side, on the sell side, when price broke again underneath that level. So when we kind of jumped back up, I was waiting to see the failure of kind of this noise. And when price started to rally underneath the black line, I mentioned inside the VIP group that this level, this black level here, this black line, a failure underneath, a break underneath, and a close underneath would get me interested in selling. Sure enough, we saw the close underneath, and I set my pending order right here. Sure enough, we saw price head down. Now, we are currently just about break even with this trade. So let's talk a little bit about what I'm gonna do if price goes in my favor versus what I'm gonna do if price goes against me. So if price goes against me, meaning that, we're just wrong about this and that this breakout ends up just being a big fake and we just shoot back up, then no big deal. What I've got is I've got a stop loss here of just about, I believe it's 10 pips. So it's very short term. It's not a big trade here. We can actually calculate that using this tool here. Yep, just about 10 pips of stop loss there. But this is Euro-USD, so the spread is very tight for the most part. And you can see so far things are looking pretty good. So what we're looking to do in terms of where this market could head, I have about a 3-to-1 risk to reward on this particular trade. So now you can see on the bottom of the screen here, this is my target. And basically what I've done is I don't necessarily have a targeted region based on structure or anything like that. With this particular trade, my take profit is simply 3 times what I set as my risk. So I set my risk here, and this is what I'm comfortable with. We'll put risk, right? So this is my risk. I'm willing to risk the move back up to this level, and I'm willing to take profit if price decides to go 3 times that distance to the downside, that would be a gain of plus 30 pips. So we will see if this trade can continue. Now, notice something about this Euro-USD move is that overall price is very much sold off. We are down already, right? So you might say, well, why aren't you buying? If price goes down, you buy and you sell at the top. Well, this is a breakout strategy, so we're looking for the continuation of this overall trend. This big barrier that we just mentioned was the continuation factor for me. This is the recent low, and if price broke it, I was interested in actually shorting, recognizing the ability for sellers to potentially step in and push price lower as fresh sellers step in. Because take a look, we talked about this area. What this area tells us is that buyers were willing to step in. Buyers were willing to support this level and to take up buy positions on this pair. Well, when that price breaks next time, what that could tell us, not a guarantee, but it could tell us that buyers are no longer willing to or able to hold this level, which often causes an influx or kind of flooding of sellers stepping into the market and taking over and pushing price lower. That's exactly what we're trying to capture with this particular breakout strategy. As always, we will be back shortly with an update to see how this trade goes, whether it's a winner or a loser. We'll watch how it goes from here. Okay, traders, so we're out of the trade for a loss here, and I kind of want to share this. Again, I said I would post this video on YouTube, and I intend to, whether it's a winner or loss, and I want to actually take the chance to talk about this loss in a constructive way rather than just to say I'm some guru on the internet that never takes his losses. That is not the case. Every trader takes losses, and what actually ended up happening here on this trade is price broke down as we expected. There was a nice little continuation downwards, but then we kind of got this pop back upwards, and a lot of times this happens. This is what people would call a fake out, and it's a lot of times the biggest criticism for people who try and trade breakouts is that the market oftentimes reverses and looks bad, and people will comment and say, you know, you're an idiot for trying to sell. You just look like a fool because you're trying to sell at the lows. And the thing is, I was still happy with this trade. Even back in the first video or the earlier video segments that I recorded, I was happy with the trade setup that I took, whether it was a winner or loss. Before the trade had any sort of outcome, I was totally accepting of the fact that it could lose and that I'm hoping for that break and continuation. We did not get that. We did get a nice little break, but price faked out and really quickly reversed back up. Now, where we're at currently, there's not a huge damage to the account. It was just a minus 10 pip loss on my small account here, and it's really not the end of the world. And so we move on. So instead of sitting here and getting frustrated and moving our stop loss up to this point, right? A lot of people would take their stop loss, you know, let's say that this is their stop loss. They had their stop loss here. Well, price starts to get close to it, and what do? They move their stop up here, and then price starts to get up to it, and then they move it up here, and then they keep doing that. And I've been guilty of doing that when I was a newer trader. That was one of my biggest problems, is I would move my stop loss. So what did I do in this case? I kept my stop loss where it was. Let's see where it was actually. Let's say right around this area here. So the stop kind of hit in this general vicinity. We took a loss on the trade of just 10 pips, really not the end of the world, and we move on. So the point of me sharing this video is to hopefully show you that even traders that have made money overall, they're consistently profitable overall, they take losers on a regular basis. And I think that a lot of newer traders need to hear that. I know that I would have benefited from hearing that when I was a newer trader, is that it's okay to take losses. Taking a stop loss just means that you're managing your risk effectively, and that you'll get it on the next trade maybe, and hopefully you just continue to improve overall until things work themselves out. If you keep your losses controlled and let your winners run, that really can be the difference between being a profitable and unprofitable trader. So that's all I've got for you guys. I hope you got something out of this video. If you did, make sure to subscribe to the channel down below if you're new, and like the video down below if it was helpful to you or you liked the fact that I shared this loser. I know people, you get a mix of responses. Some people are happy that you share losers and they're supportive of it, and then you have the people who say you're an idiot for trying to do this and that. And you know, I enjoy both comments. They're entertaining to me. So guys, thank you very much, and we'll see you back next time.